Having made your purchases, you return to find the horseman and carriage waiting for you. He seems a bit antsy, but it looks like he wants to get on his way.
All right, I think we're all ready. Is something up?
I just don't like the hustle and the bustle of the bigger cities.
Kindred spirit.
Understandable. Yeah.
Me neither. Get out of here.
All right. All right. Everyone, okay, I think everyone's here.
All right. With the rain, you are now again on your way.
Heading up to the Galgari jungle, I assume.
Yeah, it's a dangerous place, so so that hence why I got the mage armor. Just in case.
The horseman informs you that it will take most of the rest of the day to reach the outskirts of the Galgari jungle. He expects that you will be able to see it by the time that the sun begins to set.
All right. Actually, that give me time to talk. All right. I have something to say, and I'd like to not be interrupted. Is that fine with everybody?
Sure.
I'm sorry.
All right. All right. Well, now that everyone's attention, all right, it's about our journey into the labyrinth. That was not a victory. We barely made it through by the skin of our teeth, and we almost lost the reason for our quest. And look, I understand tensions were high because the creature we faced was out of our league, and the only thing we could do was run and hide. Even taking too much of precaution, which normally I would have been for, backfired greatly. And even after getting away, we came to blows with each other over the smallest details. We were working well before this, but we need to be an effective team and have each other's backs when times are good and when things become difficult. If the tiniest flaw can break this fellowship, we're not as strong as we believe we are. And to top it all off, we still have Samuel's forces on our backs, plus Phaethorn's father is also apparently after us. And since death is possible after our last encounter, it only proves we're not ready to take Samuel head on. As you can see, this is why I'm kind of a little on edge and trying not to crack under pressure. Now, I need to speak to each of you individually. I walk over to Cross. All right, listen. You need to communicate more clearly and honestly. Time was of the essence dealing with those wishes, and we wasted time when all you need to do was choose your words more carefully. You were a captain. You've led people into battle. You should have learned to be tactful and concise during that time. Also, the compulsive lying, please, I need that to stop. I walk over to Phaethorn. You and your bird have been so vindictive to Cross since day one, and this has to stop. We need each other right now. I know you're rightly suspicious of people, but that's something we can't afford. I don't think Samuel cares for your trust issues all that much. I walk over to Owen.
Yeah.
We appreciate that you've been watching over us, especially from the warden. But this condescension you have with the rest of us isn't helping. You keep lecturing us over the tiniest missteps, and that's going to bring down morale. We don't demand perfection from you. Stop demanding perfection from us. It's only going to make us make more mistakes.
I'll have
walk over to Amber
on that later.
Walk over to Amber. Look, I know you get scared easy, but we can't afford that anymore. Like it or not, that got our mission killed, and we're lucky the wishing well was there where it was. You're a dragon, for Ervin's sake. What would other dragons think if they saw you cowering like you did?
Okay.
I walk over to Rose. I take a lock of my hair and cut it.
What the?
Take it. You know what to do just in case.
Thank you, but I do feel a need to specify. What I can do is not proper resurrection. It's reincarnation. Just in case, you may not come back as a half-elf.
I understand, but I'm willing to take that risk. But right now, I need to talk to Ivan. I know you tried to make the situation better, but sometimes push comes to shove and you'll need to act accordingly. Sometimes there is no third option where everyone skips along into the land of sunshine and rainbows. faffing about and letting others suffer, you know, no, scratch that. I didn't mean to say that. I walk over to Jaminia and I kneel. I'm sorry you had to hear that. You've dealt with enough stress and trauma to last several lifetimes. Something that I have not, and hope not, to experience again on our travels. I stand up. Now, I just need to hear this from all of you. Owen, Faithurin, Cross, I need you to apologize to one another. This is from just arguing over everything that happened before and after the labyrinth. Please.
There's an awkward silence at first.
No, I'm sorry, Cross. Especially for how I've been treating you. The way you behaved when we first met, it reminded me of my father, and I suppose I never moved past that. But you've long since proved that you're nothing like him. And I'm sorry that it's taken me so long to admit that.
Your apology is accepted. Of course, I do owe one as well. I guess this not only goes for you, but for everyone. I think I may have already said this before, but No, I have not been entirely honest with everyone. Especially about things that I've done in the past. I haven't even begun to say most of the things that happened with, well, when I was the Black Arrow. But it's given me more so a need to lie in order to preserve what this team stands for, and that's, well, in my mind, pushing forward. We all are different here. We're not exactly cut from the same mold. We've grown as a team individually and through the experiences we've had, whether they've been good or negative. And I've only done so mostly to protect. If you knew exactly who I was back then, it would not be good. But besides that, yes, I do owe you an apology, Faithurin. I guess both you and I have been at each other's throats over the tiniest of details, but I hope that does not happen again, especially given how heated things got back down in the labyrinth.
Owen?
The horse master turns to you and says, "Don't mean to interrupt, but look yonder." You guys look, and you can see that the sun is indeed beginning to set, and far off in the distance, you can see the trees of Dalgari jungle. We should be at the edge in about 20 minutes.
All right, then
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Then I should probably hurry this up. Amber, I'm sure you apologized to Jaminia, but I would like to hear it for myself.
I have apologized. That it's not going to be good enough.
Amber.
That I will work hard, if not die trying, to prove that I won't endanger someone like that again. It's not easy being a dragon that was not raised amongst dragons. Maybe my behavior is very unusual for this party. I find all humanoids unusual to start with. At least I'm trying to learn your ways. I only ask is that you all try to understand my perspective as well. But I
Very well,
will
then.
do my best not to be so fearful.
Then in that case, I should probably have my say. I must apologize to all of you. This is not what I wanted to do. Grade everyone on their mistakes when I've made plenty of mistakes in the past. I've wasted valuable time due to my personal inefficiencies with certain skills and misplaced curiosity. This is not a side I wanted to show to anyone. One trait of my father's I wish I hadn't received. Bottling up emotions till the jar cracks. We should be arriving at Golgari soon, so...
I think that, if I may say my piece, we have been focused very heartily of all the things that we ourselves and each other have done wrong. I think perhaps we may need to take a moment to praise each other on the things we have done right. Because at the moment, we haven't needed Jalen's help to spread venom amongst the team. I will start. Amber, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have found the labyrinth. Ivan, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have gotten past one of the Sphinx's riddles. Rin, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have gotten rid of the Balor at all. Jalarum, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have gotten past the monkey door. If it wasn't for you, Cross, you kept your head when Jaminia died. Owen got us through that dagger room, and Jaminia, of course, gave her life. We need to acknowledge our strengths and focus on them as much as our weaknesses. Because it's not healthy what we're doing right now.
This is what Simula wants. This is what she wants to try to do. She wants to play these mind games with us to get in our heads, cause all this discourse, so that we're vulnerable. But I know for a fact that none of us are that. I know that we can work together as a team. We've done it before, and we can do it again. We may be this land's only hope. And, like it or not, we have to work together.
All right. At this point, you have come to the edge of the Golgari jungle.
Jalarum, if I may.
Go ahead.
What can we expect from the jungle elves? Can we expect warm welcome, or should we expect
Hostility.
mistrust? Or
Depends.
it seems you're a little more well versed on the etiquette here.
It depends. We may end up meeting one of the nicer tribes that'll help us out, or we may meet my dad. So, fingers crossed. Owen, I mentioned you in the earlier apology. I was wondering if you could apologize to both Cross and Faye.
Huh?
I hear something from Lucid.
Lucid
Yeah.
saying something.
Lucid.
Yeah, you sounded
Lucid
quite
seems
cheerful.
rather impressed with the creation of the food, and he seems rather interested.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad that I have impressed Lucid. Yes.
It's not easy to impress him, so that is something.
As you were saying, though.
Right. I believe our discussion from a few nights ago comes to mind, Cross. How
Yes,
much of that do you remember?
That I need to be more open, that I need to trust more, that hiding secrets and lying about certain things is not exactly the way to work in a team. I remember that.
All right. As for myself, I find it very difficult to trust most anyone. This is not something that I talk about openly. I am willing to rely on others, but not for 1 second give my trust. And when I come across those who feel the need to boast about their skills and talk about how in control they are, then yes, that does irk me so. But I can understand that for the sake of the group, and for the sake of ourselves, that I need to take a step in attempting to be a little more civil. I can't guarantee that I'm not going to pull you aside and try to stare you down again. I really can't.
I expect that. That's why whenever you come near, I always lower my head.
Uh-huh.
At this point, the wind begins to pick up drastically, and all right.
Thanks for the food, Owen.
Indeed.
Yeah, it was yummy.
I hear lovely music.
You hear, as soon as you begin to bed down for the night, you hear a distant music coming from far north within the jungle itself.
Is that towards? Oh man, I'll roll listen check again.
Okay, you want to listen more closely to it?
I got a 20.
I'm reloading is what I'm doing.
All right.
Well, Faye, you got a mostly crit on that one.
Okay, I got moss in my ears. I must have cut my head in the brush or something.
It's what you get for diving face first into your food.
All right,
Oh,
hold on.
that's right.
Not being able to hear the song. You can all hear the song quite clearly, but you're listening to try and understand it.
Yes.
A sense of longing and despair. I need all of you to make a will saving throw.
Oh.
Of course.
If this is Faye, I get an extra 4.
Please be high, please be high, please be high.
Hold on, roll 20's reloaded for me. It's going to take me a while.
Okay, so wait, Fayer, was that your will saving throw?
Yes.
Okay.
This is my will say. Oh.
Ivan?
Oh, Ivan.
What do you call it?
Roll 20's loading for me. 1 sec. There we go.
Owen, I suggest you make.
If this is
Let's see.
a note on my will save, if this is Faye, I get an extra 4 points on it.
So
But does it matter with a roll that high?
Okay, I gotta roll. Okay, hold on.
Rose, and I'm waiting on Amber.
And what about Jaminia?
There you go. That's good.
Hey, Jaminia, would you also roll your saving throw?
1 minute.
I'm assuming I did that right. It's on the main sheet, which is Fort Ref and Will, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Or will. It's the will one.
Okay, DM question.
Yeah.
Dumb question because I am a noob. What was the point of the will roll?
You'll see in a minute.
You'll find out in a sec.
Okay.
Oh, for those that got low rolls, be worried.
Oh.
Right. I mean,
gonna be a-
remember
it's
the
gonna be
last
a
time we did
siren,
will
too.
save was against the Cheshire Cat? It's going to be something like that. If you get a low roll, it's very likely you'll lose some of your will.
Why is it that whenever it comes to like Faye or like will saves, suddenly it's Rose that's broken?
Yes, I am. I think I have one of the highest the highest wisdom in the group.
Okay. Everyone, except for Rose, you feel an uncontrollable compulsion to find the source of this song.
Oh, snap, guys.
Crap.
Okay. Rose, you see the rest of your party jump to their feet and run off toward the north unexpectedly.
Am I allowed to make an auto-hypnosis check?
And I'm afraid not.
Really?
You have failed your will saving throw in this case, Owen.
Well, I guess the only thing I can do is try and track them. Go
Yes.
after them.
All right, so you're going to follow them?
I'm gonna have to. Oh my god.
I need each of you to tell me your maximum move that is on your character sheet.
30.
40.
I'm 30, but I could ride Shiloh. Will that be necessary?
Yes?
Maximum what?
If
Did I roll a ride check? Ride Shiloh?
My strongest move?
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. How far can you move?
What's your move?
Oh,
What sheet is that on?
It should be.
The front one.
It'd be on the front.
stats?
It'll be next to initiative, underneath your current health.
Who said 40?
40.
Oh,
40.
Hide spot
30.
heal search diplomacy.
I have 20.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
30, and I
same. I'm 30 as well.
But Shiloh is 40, and I wonder if I should be riding him. How quickly these guys are going to be going.
Where's move?
Hey, Rose, have you decided to ride Shiloh and try and keep up with your companion?
Shiloh. I'll roll a ride check. 1 sec.
Okay.
Should I roll a save for Lucid?
I need all of you move your distance that you can move across the map to the right.
5 feet per space, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
5 feet per space. So
I assume that was a
15,
successful
20,
ride check.
25, 30, 35, 40.
Where's move?
Oh, I haven't.
This music is quite haunting.
Unfortunately, I have nothing to help anybody.
Now, only your maximum
Come on,
move.
slow down.
Maximum move, guys.
Yep.
You guys are
40.
going way too quickly. Just 1 round.
1 round of movement.
1 round of movement, guys.
Okay.
Back up. Everybody back up.
Cross, you went way too far. You do not have that movement.
Yeah, you were right here. Come back.
Yeah, that's 45 feet.
Go back 1.
Okay.
Come back
My
1. Okay? So, Rose, you easily are able to mount Shiloh and urge him into motion.
Excelente.
Now, Jalarum, as you approach the tree, you see the ground emit the black mist in front of you.
Ah, crap.
All right. I need you see in front of you a horrible monster, and you need to roll a will saving throw.
Come on! Oh, please be high, please be high!
Please be high.
I have the worst will out of all of us.
Can I, since I was okay, can I roll a reflex to try and help him?
You're still under compulsion.
Oh, okay, never mind.
All right. The apparition surges towards you and tries to take hold of your body. Roll a fortitude saving throw, Jalarum.
Please be a higher one.
Please be high. Please
Oh,
be
you
high.
are kidding me!
You're serious!
I'm gonna die.
Cross, give Jalarum his dice back!
What?
I'm
Can
scared.
I do something?
You're under compulsion too, dude.
The beast has disappeared. Suddenly, you hear a snapping step behind you, Jalarum.
Wait, crap. Don't I have
I don't
like
think
uncanny?
you can do anything.
I've improved uncanny dodge though, but I can't be flanked.
Okay? You see nothing behind you. But then, as you turn, you hear another sound coming from behind. You turn and look at that, and you again see nothing.
Nice.
The old exhale freezes the hairs on the back of your neck, and you drop to the floor unmoving. Everyone sees Jalarum suddenly collapse into the mud like a sack of jelly.
Yeah. Can we move?
Jalarum, you are completely inert and unconscious. Your hit points are now 0.
Gosh.
No.
Jaminia runs over.
Yeah, can we run over?
Yes, you can run over.
Am I free? Am I no longer under?
Ivan, Cross, and Amber are no longer under compulsion.
Excellent.
Jaminia runs over and tries to place her hands on him. She's gonna use lay on hands.
Lay on hands, roll.
What was that?
We're using 3.5 rules. The rules are a little different.
Okay. I thought it was a roll of level dice 6 per level.
That's Pathfinder.
Okay, never mind.
Is this considered a curse? Can I use move curses?
So
not a curse.
Jaminia just runs over him, and immediately her hands begin to glow as she casts her lay on hands spell.
Okay.
And he gains 50 health back.
Oh,
Yay!
Jay, are you okay?
Oh god.
Okay.
Jaminia falls backward, exhausted. That's all I can do.
If that thing does it again, we won't be able to revive.
You did all
the
you
next
could,
person.
Your Highness. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jem.
Can we roll knowledge to find out what's going on?
I
At
rolled a
this
knowledge
point, the
nature
tree,
forever and half ago.
comes alive and its branches raise to the sky.
Everybody back up, back up.
And now I need you to roll initiative.
Initiative.
5 for me.
Hey, is it me or have my elementals not gone since I first summoned them?
You are, let's see, when it comes to your turn, they will go again.
Okay.
Because they move at the same time you do. Okay, the large fire elemental is unable to do any damage and it remains trapped.
Sorry.
What is this? Wet wood?
Owen, what are you going to do?
Okay, first, I need to know, this is something I discussed with Josh earlier, but any more spells that add to my strength, it still adds on top of the bull's strength and everything else, right?
I believe it does stack, yes.
Very good. You guys ready for this? Let's see.
I'm excited now.
Okay, I am going to cast Divine Power combined with Righteous Might.
Woo! So Owen is OP God.
So what does that do to your strength then? Let's see.
For Divine Power, your base attack bonus is now equal to your level, plus 6 to strength, and plus 1 hit point per level.
Okay, so you get an additional 10 hit points.
You know, it strikes me, I realized I did put the +3 for my attack on my back.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't have hit it anyway.
It wouldn't have made a difference.
So that's for Divine Power. Righteous Might. This spell causes you to grow, doubling your height and multiplying your weight by 8. The increase changes your size category to the next larger one. You gain plus 4 size bonus to strength and plus 2 size bonus to constitution. You also gain plus 2 to your bonus to your natural armor.
How much?
Oh, it's normal size.
So what are your total modifiers?
Bull strength is plus 4. Divine power is plus 6. Righteous might plus 4.
So you have a plus 14 strength?
Yes.
Jeez.
On top of his normal strength.
You have a plus 6 constitution. So that increases
Added hit points of all kinds.
Yeah. Okay. So you are now huge and bulky and completely godlike. What are you gonna do? No, you just cast your 2 spells.
I just cast my 2 spells. I've hulked out, so I can't do anything till next turn.
Oh, it's smash!
Smash!
Alright, Minya, you can try and break free.
All right.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
And the tree goes up in flames and collapses to the earth.
Okay then. The fire elemental finished it off.
The fire elemental has finished off. The tree and the fire elemental immediately explodes.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but it was him or us, and I'm sorry.
You fought well.
Okay, but this means that none of us have to worry.
Nightmares. That's why I was
about to say, because Owen would have been the one to suffer that.
No, I was about to cast 2 spells that would have done something like 30 or 40 damage.
Wait, check the rubble. Check the rubble.
I have to start sifting through the rubble. Sifting through the rubble.
Okay, can I back away?
I'm rolling a search check.
No,
I have to just start moving big piles of debris off of the whole thing.
Yes, he moves large pieces of charred and burning lumber out of the way, and underneath this tree, you find a depression in the earth that is about 5 feet deep, and it is filled with various humanoid and otherwise skeletons.
Oh no.
Wow.
Oh dear.
All right. Among the skeletons, you find. Oh, wait a minute. Here it is. Okay.
I can do that.
Okay.
Ah.
Whoa.
Whoa. Hello.
Oh, a letter.
This is new.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, dear.
Among the debris, you find the charred remains of a letter. Do you wish to read this out loud, Jalaram?
Whoever finds this, even as I write, I can feel the despair overtake me. I don't know how long it can last before I'm lost, so I will say as much as I can. To my shame, I've been working as a consultant for Queen Simula for 5 years. She commissioned me to delve into an ambitious fields of magic never before attempted. I thought she could bring forth the new angles, new spells, new ways of looking at the world, and empower society, empower individuals, and help them reach their maximum potential. I was far too deep in her organization before I discovered her ultimate plan. Simula is planning to break a portal into the abyssal plane, unleashing all of its horrors onto our world. This I could not allow. When she was away on an errand to dispatch a loose end, I fled. But it appears she planned for that. She knew I would retreat to my base of operations. I tried to escape, but she was prepared. And so many will perish because of me. To my wife, I wish I could say I loved you, but even I cannot lie. I used you for my own ends. But you knew that already, didn't you? That's why you left, and I don't blame you one bit. To my son, I wasn't there for you like a father should have been. Your very existence was born from my selfishness and pride. You were nothing but a tool for me. Even as my heart is succumbing to the despair, I cannot bring forth any emotion to care for you. In my mind, I know it is wrong to feel nothing about one's own child, but that is something I cannot do anything about. I'm sorry, Thaden Tanliel.
You come to the realization that one of the skeletons in this pit must unmistakably be your father.
Oh, Jay.
Dalaran.
How can that be, though? We just heard him, though.
It must have been a deception to lure us.
Or a warning. Like he said, one of the last things he did was. Sorry, could you bring up the thing again? Oh, there's Death Note. Like, one of the last things he did was just trying to escape, and I think this was his way to warn me.
Rifling among the skeletons, Owen is able to find the following items. Cure moderate wounds.
Oh, great. I wasted my money on nothing.
A curious-looking iron rod that is about 1.5 feet long.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
A pair of boots that are remarkably undamaged. And what appears to be a small cauldron.
Cauldron?
A cauldron. A cauldron that is about 6 inches wide.
Oh.
That could be useful later, probably.
Yeah.
I could use that to make potions.
I'm
What's this
totally reminded
rod
of the
doing
Black
here, though?
Cauldron.
On closer examination of the metal rod, you discover that there is a button on one end of it.
Hang on. I'll take it and press the button.
No,
Okay.
Is there any way to appraise it before we do something stupid?
We need to have identify spells cast.
Cross takes the iron rod and clicks the button.
Darn it, Cross!
Suddenly finds that the rod is completely motionless. Regardless of how he pulls on it, it will not move from the spot in the air where it was when he clicked the button.
Whoa.
Oh,
Wait.
Oh.
What is... Does it, like...
Press the
Huh.
button. Press the button.
This could prevent us from falling if we
Give
ever
it
get
to
into
me.
some kind of crisis.
I
Give me
press
the
the
rod.
button again and give it to
Once you
Joe.
press the button, it immediately releases and becomes movable again.
Here, Jara?
Sometimes we just need to Leroy Jenkins it.
I feel ready to collapse. I'm
All right.
so exhausted.
Josh, can we move those 3 elves over here?
Give me un moment, s'il vous plaît.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup.
All right.
Right.
Did I miss anything?
Nothing really.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, go ahead.
All right.
All right. What?
All right.
Okay. They walk along silently, motioning for you guys to follow.
Alrighty.
Right on my face. Right on my
Left
face.
your snake behind, Cross.
You always forget about
I have to keep on
Jalen.
babysitting Jalen for you, man.
Well, I can't click Jalen. I can't.
Yes, you can. Jalen
No,
is
I
She's
can't.
yours, isn't she?
Well, it's not letting
Under
me
your
click and
control.
drag. Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Rose and Shiloh running
I
behind.
know. I'm just making sure everyone and their companions are accounted for.
Mm-hmm.
Cross.
You all coming?
Yes.
I know me Newton. I know me Newton.
Okay.
Now, Cross, I'm proud of how well you fought.
Suddenly, the ground beneath you seems to come alive, and you are all caught in a massive net that pulls up into the tree.
Wait,
Oh, come on.
Well, that's what we get when Jay's not around to do trap checks.
All
I'm
right.
gonna assume this was not one of your guys's.
They were caught with us, so I don't think that's the case. Not to be a smart aleck. Apologies.
Wait, what is this?
Uh,
Who are they?
Two figures approach you as you are in the net. Okay. Let's see. All right. One of them seems to be a dark elf. The other is a high elf. I need you guys to roll spot checks.
Okay, I think I know what I'm spotting for.
Okey-dokey. Where's my spot check? There it is.
Everyone.
29.
Nice. Cross.
Oh,
22.
Hey, Rin, good one too. All right. Cross and Rin. Amber, did you? Yes, you did. Okay.
pathetically, yes.
Cross and Rin, you recognize the high elf is from the Elven Council.
I remember him.
He was the announcer that Jaminia had a crush on.
Yep.
I slowly look at Jaminia.
What can I say? I'm quite a catch.
All right.
I know this song too.
The dark elf. All right. Let's see. The dark elf and the high elf approach you, and the high elf takes a special interest in Jalarum. He looks up at you, and he says, "Ah, yes, I knew your father well. Shame to hear that he passed on. Dreadful business, really. Oh, and incidentally, he wanted you to have this." And then,
Don't you mean the dark elf?
you're right. It's the dark elf. Sorry, my bad. The dark elf. He says, incidentally, he wanted you to have this. And from behind him, he reveals a short sword. And he hands it up to you. And then he realizes, oh, dreadful. You seem to be a bit caught up. Can you get him down for him? The high elf at the same time goes over to a tree, rolls his eyes, and then unties a rope from the tree, resulting in the whole lot of you falling about 5 feet to the forest floor.
This
Yes.
is how you friends. Hate it when you see you do.
Approaches Jalarum once again and says, now that your arms are free, your father did want you to have this after all.
A sword?
Indeed.
How does it compare to the short sword he already has? Should we do an appraise?
Oh, this is a gift from your father. It must be something special, I suppose.
There's something eerie about the way that he's speaking.
Something doesn't seem right here.
Well, if you guys recognize the music, you might feel a little more weary of this character.
Wait a minute. No. No, that can't
I
be.
think
no.
it is.
I think it is.
Oh boy.
It's been quite a while.
You look great.
Yes.
I preferred you in your other form.
Now, what is a group like you doing walking into our trap?
Why'd you set a trap to begin with?
Oh, we're simply testing ourselves just to see who can generate the bigger catch. We have no interest in ruining your lives, regardless of how menial and debased they may already be. And then Corin pipes up and says, what you're looking for is that way, and he points off to the east. Now, if you don't mind, we have serious business to attend to.